Good morning and welcome back. It is now October 14th, Tuesday. We had a little bit of snow over the weekend here. We had some rain and snow come down on Saturday. Definitely some freezing temperatures. We hit lows of -6, -7 overnight. Currently it's only -1. I think we have a high temperature today of single digits. So let's take a look and see what's going on. Well, the volunteer barley is truly well and frosted here this morning. So it's hard to say whether that's been enough to kill it or not, but it should certainly slow it down for a bit. Now at this point, now that it's been frosted, it's going to be extremely hard, if it is alive, to get any sort of kill on lots of annual weeds this week until we get some warmer overnight temperatures. After there's been a frost like this, it takes a couple days of good growing conditions before things will readily take up a herbicide again. So we'll take a look, see what else is going on. Here we've got a nice sow thistle that's been frosted pretty good. You can see it's already pretty limp, so definitely it has controlled the top growth on that. So this guy won't be sitting seed or anything anymore. It is completely done. All right, let's take a look at some soil temperatures. We should be below zero, at least at the surface level here. So let's take a look here. Okay, -5 right on the surface. Definitely a frosty frozen layer on the top. Just underneath that layer, where we got a little drier soil, -3. I bet if we get down a little bit lower, it'll be warmer yet. You can see we're quite dry down there, so that's about 2 inches depth. Let's take a look here. Basically 0 degrees. So, you know, we are more than cold enough at this point for any of those fall soil active herbicides to go down. Things like, you know, Volterra, Fierce, Authority, so on and so forth. But yeah, with these colder temperatures, definitely not worth trying to control more of our annual weeds until we get some nicer weather. Well, now that it's that time of the year again, we are ready to do soil sampling. So if you need soil samples done here this fall, let us know. We'll hook you up with a provider. We'll get those soil samples done and off for analysis. So we do a lot of our analysis through solumetrics. If you're not familiar with solumetrics, talk to one of us or at the office, and we'll get you hooked up with that. It's a very, very comprehensive soil test. It's pretty hard to beat. Well, today I'm out here exploring a new to me field. One of my good customers picked up a new half section of land, and now that it has been harvested by the previous owner, I can come in, do the mapping, and check out the field. So as you can see, it is barley stubble, and I don't have the exact crop plans or anything like that, but judging by how much volunteer canola is in the field here, I'm going to assume that this was probably canola stubble last year, or well, canola last year. There's also some Canada thistle, stuff like that I see throughout the field, so I'm going to keep going around taking a look, get an idea what weeds we're going to have here next year. I can tell already that we're going to have some brome, there's going to be some foxtail. This field has quite some low spots in it, like right here beside me here, you can see this big patch of cattails. So some pretty low drainage spots in here. So I'm going to go around, try to foresee any trouble spots that I might have to deal with next year, get an idea what I'm dealing with. These volunteer peas in this pulse stubble are probably going to be significantly hurt by the frost. Peas are pretty frost tolerant, but not -8 or 6. So these will probably start turning. You can already see some of these edges here are curling up, starting to go down. So I think we'll probably see some pretty good frost control. Some of these volunteer peas, they may or may not die, but they will certainly be probably top growth control. As far as Canada thistle goes, we're probably going to see some pretty good leaf damage on some of these guys once we have a couple of nicer days to really see. You can see some of this leaf material down here already not looking quite so good. So I think we are going to have some frost damage leaves on some of this Canada thistle. But depending on how it recovers in a few days of, you know, good warmer temperatures, will determine whether it's still worth spraying any of it this fall or not. Wednesday afternoon here now, and it is beautiful. It has turned out to be about 14-15 degrees today out in the sun. There's no wind. It's absolutely gorgeous. We did get down to -6, -7 again last night, so there was some pretty good frost again last night. Let's just take a look at some of the weeds here. You can see we still have lots of Canada thistle. A lot of this is probably going to be fine. I'm not seeing much for discoloration or anything like that on it yet at this time. So a lot of the Canada thistle looks like it should still be sprayable. Now you'll see, well, I'm not sure how well colors always come through on video, but you can see this strip of volunteer barley here, and it's no longer really a healthy green. It really has turned more of a lime green. So I don't know whether we'll actually get control on it from the frost or not, but it's certainly not doing great. You can see some of these tips are really well frosted off on it here. So that should be terminated. Some of the volunteer canola is still looking pretty good. Of course, if we'd planted this, it would have been dead. You can see there, we got a larger plant here. You can see this one is going limp. So this one, once again, I don't know, it's probably going to pull through. Sow thistles are the ones that really look like they've taken a beating. You can see these guys are just going completely limp and burning down. So they're pretty much controlled for the season. And these dandelion rosettes that are hiding down here will all be perfectly fine. Of course, dandelions, for the most part, are kind of a fall germinated biennial. So this guy would have germinated here a couple weeks ago. He's gotten going here now, but he's not even going to try to produce a flower or anything this year. But that dandelion's going to get going first thing in the spring and try to produce a flower head then. Well, as far as soil temperature goes, we should be pretty good and warm compared to yesterday. Yeah, we're looking at about 15, 14 degrees surface temperature. Probably going to be colder right underneath the surface. Yeah, down to 8 degrees. So definitely right in where we want it to be for those fall soil applied active ingredients. And once we get down about 2 inches or so, 5 degrees down there. Oh, even 2 degrees. So still plenty cold down there after that cold weather on the weekend. This field of second crop oats is going to be for swath grazing later on. So these oats have likely been frosted quite severely. They're not really showing much for damage yet, but you can see some of these tops here are starting to go down. So I think we're going to see significant damage and wilting in these in the next couple days. Probably nitrate levels are going to be very high in these for now. That should kind of temper and come down eventually here, but probably growth in this field will be terminated. Well, here's a field of brassica and oat cover crop. Now the oats I think did get damaged a fair bit by that frost. You can see the panicle is kind of a little bit bleached and looking a little bit funny. So I think these were just really early days of filling. These were basically just milk stage. So I think these are really not going to fill out any more than they already have. I think they're pretty much done. But these brassicas down here still looking pretty good. You know, very little for limp leaves. Everything in here looks fine. These are typically good to at least -10. They should be perfectly fine. You can see some of them here even flowering and still looking pretty good. So I think in here we're still going to get more growth on those brassicas in the next week or so. Things are still looking good. Here in this field of fall rye, there's kind of some varying results from last weekend's frost. You can see a lot of this volunteer barley has some pretty frosted leaf tips, and some of it is off color, but I think most of it is probably going to pull through just fine. Now the fall rye itself, of course, is pretty much unfazed by frost at that level, so it looks perfectly fine. There is some damage on some of this volunteer canola here. You can see some of these leaves are probably going to die back, but I think the growing points are probably going to be just fine, for now anyways. Here in the canola stubble, where there is not as much protecting the volunteer canola as there is in, say, some of the barley stubble, you can really see a lot of these little seedlings here are pretty well damaged. So they are pretty well frosted. I think the growing points on a lot of these guys are probably toast. You can see this one here, right at the tip of my knife blade, is kind of damaged. So that should basically stop growth on them. However, there'll probably be more emerging. Looks like some new ones like this one have emerged actually since the frost. So they'll continue to flush here, but this will have controlled at least this little wave of volunteer here. Well, considering how severe that frost and the snow event was on the weekend, it's amazing how many weeds and volunteer have come through that. You can see these volunteer pulses are still flowering here. So there is some frost damage here. Plants don't look 100%, but it looks like they are going to pull through and survive. So it is looking like, well, today is Friday, so it's looking like this afternoon is going to be, pretty decent weather for spraying, and the forecast for next week is looking pretty good so far as well. So we'll have to see how that goes. Well, that'll be it for this week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.